prove your point and take your European
proving your racism, Jedi. As you're talking, you're proving your racism.
White people, you don't represent.
I didn't say I did. I never did say I did. Yeah.
Jedi. Shitty loner, man. Shut up, man.
Stop bullying women.
Hold on. Can I just Jedi? There is a
trust.
Sorry, can I go? Let me know when you.
I will let you know, but when I'm chatting and you start this Jedi, that doesn't open up a remit of conversation.
I am.
Yeah, I know you are, but still, I was conversating with Wendy. You can allow me to finish my convo. Wendy, stop trying to distract her, stop caping for Wendy. Let Wendy stand on her own 2 feet. She's made a couple claims about me. 1, that I'm racist. 2, that she knows exactly what my stance is. 3, that I want to see everyone that's not white as oppressed, but she's running around calling people weak. So I wanted to back her. And then
the Aborigines are obviously weak.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go? I just wanted to simply say that for those of you who think might doesn't equal right, the United States does not spend more money on its military than the next 10 countries combined because the world is fair and just. Okay, if you think the might doesn't equal right, as in this concept is somehow terrible, then you're not living on this planet. You're living in some delusion. Might absolutely equals whatever you can impose. It doesn't mean it's right. It just means you can impose your will, and that's all it means. And that's what this world is, and that's what this world has ever been since the first human being picked up a club and went over to the next kid. No. Look. I'm not telling you whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm telling you what it is. You can deal with the world as it is, or you can have some delusional fantasy.
Here, what I'm going to say to you, Banksy, yeah, you're trying to tell us what it is, but I'm going to tell you what it is, yeah? I'm trying to save your people. I'm trying to help you lot, yeah? Because you don't realize it's written in the Bible.
We don't need
Listen, you're talking over people. Stop being rude, because you're the bully. You like to call people out saying people are bullies, but then you want to bully me. You're a disgusting human being. What you need to do is be quiet when people are talking. Don't talk over people. You're a disgusting human being. You're not even worth calling a woman. You act like a man. Really and truthfully, we're going to treat you like one. You act like a man, I'm going to treat you like one.
Now, we have to remember, this is the first time I've ever come across this individual called Schiffer. Never spoke to him before. Don't know who he is. Because, like I say, I think it was one of the first times I actually went on Valley's channel. And for the stuff that alone coming out of his mouth, apparently I'm a disgusting human being for calling Jedi a bully. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't make this up, could you? But it gets worse. Oh, it gets a lot worse, right? And the poor guy who was in hospital, he speaks in a minute. Not that he got a chance to say a lot because the guy didn't.
Understand that, woman.
Okay,
listen,
yeah.
like a man, like you like one. You said to my brother that he's bullying you, yeah? When we're dealing with Banksy the same way, you hear Banksy talk about he's getting bullied because he knows what you're saying is racist. He knows all white people are racist.
I'm not being racist.
We're going to have to start dealing with that.
Now, can someone point out to me maybe where I said anything racist? All I said was that Jedi was a racist, right? And I said that the Aborigines were weak, right? And Jedi is the one who said that the Aborigines should be looking for supremacy because they're indigenous to Australia. So that means that all white people then in England or in Britain should be looking for supremacy. Do you see how fucked up your mind is, Jedi? If that's the way you want to work it. Piece of shit.
To start dealing with the fact that all white people are racist. You want us to rise up and bust your head, innit? You want us to rise up and bust open heads, innit? That's what you want. You don't want to give nothing back. You want us to rise up and burst heads. So that's what
you want back? What is it you want back?
We want it all back. We want it all back. Everything you stole.
What is it you want us to
now let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm going to start telling all my brothers that the white people said we should all rise up and burst their heads open because that's what we have to do if we want anything back. If we want equal rights. We want to be really treated as equals. We have to start raising up, raping, murdering, plundering, and pillaging.
Wow. Did you read that? If they want to be treated as real peoples, in his word, they have to rise up and start raping, plundering, and murdering. Now, remember, he's talking in the context of today. Yeah? Not hundreds of years ago. He's talking about the society we live in today. So okay. This idiot
that's what you want to see, right? That's what you want to see with your Viking stuff, yeah? That's what the Vikings want, yeah?
It's worse, by the way.
Don't worry, we can turn Vikings easy, you know? Easy.
Who's this guy that's in hospital?
But I'm hoping, you know what, I'm going to plug this video everywhere. I'm going to plug this video everywhere. Just for you, baby. Just for you.
Talking over people.
You're a little racist, yeah, and you need to get used to the word.
Prove it. Prove it.
Yeah, someone who's in hospital is actually.
Yeah.
Let him talk then. Stop talking over people then.
Listen, guys, man, like, we could actually have a more decent debate and conversation if people just respect, you know, people's points of view. Yeah, there's no need to shout over each other. Otherwise,
Thank you.
Avatar or whatever. I don't know why my
Flip your camera around, man. Flip your camera over. Push the camera button.
Okay.
There you go.
Just jumped in a bit. I said something about the Abos rising up and taking over something. That's lost with the herd.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, what do you think about the Aboriginals and their position and place in Australian?
Unfortunately, there's certain civilizations who got crushed centuries ago, so they don't really, you know, like the Native Americans spring to mind, and Abos are the other one example. They don't, you know, they can't reclaim a new civilization that replaced the old one.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
So they don't, you know, they're not going to replace the Australian civilization. I think they should be given, like, you know, rights and stuff. They should be given, obviously, rights and stuff like that. But
region of the world.
And the Eastern Europeans, don't forget the Eastern Slavic. Don't forget
the all these blacks. Don't forget all the black people before the white people even found Africa, man. But human being, bro, a human being, bro, before the white people even came to Africa,
gold and riches. You think it's worth more than that, and good health. You think it's worth more than that, right? What? No answer, Ralph.
It's not worth more than health.
Get out of here, Wendy. We aren't talking to you. We weren't talking to you. I'm talking to Ralph.
And then maybe Ralph.
Yeah, so Ralph, that's a valid question. Do you think that the internet and all these flipping gadgets and toys that we have, cool technology, is that?
Here's the thing, Bank Boy. Do you think that Nelson Mandela was placed by the West in
Cypress Hill? That's Run DMC.
That's right. That is. But either way, what I'm trying to say is, it's just that I just thought there'll be a little bit of concession. Not that you shouldn't challenge what he has to say, or what, you know, he shouldn't come back. Everybody, you know, I'm not in any way patronizing a Bank Boy. I'm not doing that. I just thought.
Fair enough. Thank you for that. Man,
it's not patronizing.
Let me drop this out there. Check this here as a scenario. Yes. When I say, you know, there's a lot of propaganda. Corruption is manufactured, and it's
those laws.
Well, the country's laws.
Who created those laws, Ralph?
Depends which country. Countries have different laws.
I missed
the
that
Western
one.
laws are based on the
Trying to
Western
get to the bit,
right?
you see.
Can still, but the grandchild is not going to be held responsible for the crime. But the proceeds from that crime, the grand.
This scenario in which if a person, let's say, I don't want to use Wendy, but let's say, Wendy, you're the whitest person in this chat. I'm just using it as an example here. Wendy's great grandparents. You were going to say something?
Well, I don't know why they keep going back 300-400 years. They're living in this country. Why can't they just move forward and be happy and try to build lives for themselves? What is it they want?
Well, that's why I
your
kind of
money, Wendy, and your guilt.
Can I answer that question, please, Wendy? Can I answer that question, please? I'm going to tell you the reason why. Yeah, much of Britain's wealth is built on slavery. So why shouldn't it pay reparations to the black people that it enslaved and made suffer for their profit? Why shouldn't it?
You do know that the same people of the time who were white, yeah, they will have been not much better off than slaves who worked in those factories, yeah. You do know that, don't you? The workers in the factories, the workers in the no. It wasn't just you lot. It wasn't just
Wendy, did black people do that to them? Wendy, did black people do that to them?
It wasn't just you that was oppressed, yeah. Yeah, right? From the Japanese who were coming in the back route, right? So we were doing that. We did not starve anyone. And Winston Churchill did not, that, famines in India are not rare, let's put it that way. And this one, they knew 3 years before, the people of India knew 3 years before the famine happened that it was going to be as bad as it was, because they got to breed the crops and everything else, right? And they also were used to stocking up in different parts, like in their sheds or whatever. They'd stock up the stuff ready for the following year. Only the year of that great big famine, they had not stocked up the year before for the following year. So it's like they knew what was going to happen. And the Hindus of that time, they had plenty of it, plenty of food, but they hiked up the price. Yeah. So there's a lot of people to blame. I just love the way they blame one person, and that's Winston Churchill. That's such an outrageous lie. Go and look at your fucking history again.
And Jewish people. So you put a white life above a colored person or black person or ethnic person's life every time. So really and truthfully, you all think you're better than us. If you're better than us, no, we was not at war with no Indians. You was not at war with no Indians. So why was you killing them? You do not value.
Actually, a lot of Indian people died in them, fighting in the Second World War. This guy's so disgusting, isn't he? He doesn't know his history. Yeah, no, we weren't at war. India wasn't at war. Oh yes, India was. India joined in and was at war with Germany and Japan, and I think Italy at the time, before Italy decided it had enough. So there you go, Shiva. And many Indian people died, fighting in the Second World War. More disrespect on your part, because you obviously are not aware of that point. More disrespect.
The life of other people. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Winston Churchill starved out to death 7 million Indians. Just like, who's the guy? Leopold. Leopold killed 15 million Angolans. 15 million. But you want to talk about... Wendy, let me finish, yeah? You say Hitler is the most evilest man in history. That's what your British people claim. No, your Winston Churchills, yeah? Your Columbus, who killed multiple millions. He probably killed about 30 million plus more, hundreds of millions, yeah? But
Columbus, you for real?
Columbus murdered millions upon millions of indigenous Americans, murderer, yeah? And you rate these people as your heroes. Your heroes are Vikings. Your heroes are Vikings. You don't want to hear the truth. So what you want to do is you want to talk over me. You want to disrespect me. You want to disrespect me, Wendy. Because you know, Wendy, you see the truth. The truth will set you free. And the truth will show you that your people have done so much atrocity around the world. They should pay for their atrocities.
No,
when you want to claim when you want to claim when you want to claim the moral high ground, you have to pay for your wrongs.
Yeah, but Terry, this is where the whole conversation about the mansion and the farm and all that came into it.
I see you.
What I was trying to get to was that what Ralph kind of explained is that even if you ask for reparations,
this is like foreign language to me. What the hell is Banksy's talking? And he's sitting there going, I see you. Well, what on earth is that? I don't get all this chatter. Yeah, all this silly talk. Like ting and mandem and overstand. You know, it's stupid talk. And it is what actually stops them from getting employment for some people. For the younger people, I think it is. The ones, you know, the kids, the 17, 18-year-olds who are looking for jobs. They go for a job interview and they start talking like that. It's going to be like, bye-bye. You know, if the interviewer says to him, so do you understand? Oh, yeah, both. I understand. I mean, please, come on.
You then have to calculate that with the benefits that you gained by being in this country and by becoming a European or English citizen.
Ralph, hold on, no, Banksy. Let me stop you right there. Banksy, let me stop you right there. You said the benefits that we gain from being in this country. Let me show you something here. We gain no benefits from being in this country. Send us all home and give us all back our money. We'll give us all.
Buy your own ticket and go home that way. Buy your own ticket. Go home that
all right,
way.
we'll buy our own ticket. Listen, we'll buy our own ticket, give all the gold back, give all of the metals back, give all of the precious stones back.
It doesn't belong to you.
It does. It belongs to our land. And our land means it belongs to us as a whole. It belongs to us as a whole, as a people. So give it all back and we'll happily leave. We're talking about Wendy. You're drunk on steroids. Your people are murderers. You'll never, ever get us to stop talking about it. Do you think the Jewish people stop talking about the Holocaust? You don't get onto them though, do you? Don't get onto them about the Holocaust, do you? Exactly.
Because they're white people.
Because they're white people. Because they're white people. And Winston Churchill said we're savages. So because we're savages, because we are savages, because we are savages, I deserve to have you talk over me. I deserve to be submissive to you. I deserve to have you tell me that you are not going to return my stuff. You're not going to return my artifacts in your Dutty museum.
You haven't got any artifacts.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. They are ours. They're all ours. You have to return our artifacts that are in your Vatican. But you expect us to bow down to your society. Act like you're doing everything to help us.
Wait a minute, we're living in England.
You're doing everything in your power. You're doing everything in your power to keep us here because you want us in your voluntary servitude. You want us at your servitude. You are doing everything in your power. Your people.
No, I just want to point out at this time, right? I mean, apparently we're doing everything in our power to keep these people here. I personally do nothing to keep them here. I don't know about any of you guys. Do any of you guys keep them here? Do any of you guys keep them here? I'd like to know. Yeah. Because what's he talking about? And as for reparations, yeah. Hi, Robert. Hi, love. Hi, Fox. Reparations. Well, I would say the only people who deserved reparations, okay, were the people of that time, not the people of today, right? I mean, please stop it. You know, they go on about the fact that the Jewish people got reparations. Yes, they did, because it was the Jewish people of that time, or the relatives of said, Jewish person that had been murdered in one of those horrible camps. Yeah, of course they got reparations. But yeah, the people of that time, but not 400 years later. You heard them. Oh yeah, you give us our millions and we'll go back. Because why? Because they're all westernized and they don't want to have to go back to Africa or wherever and live the life over there without millions so they can lord it around with the people over there. They want to go back and lord around and act better than the people that are in that country, in Africa or Jamaica or wherever. Right? They're not prepared to go back with a few grand and a ticket, and help build up these countries. No, they want millions of pounds. Yeah. Isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen.
For your white people are doing everything in their power to keep us here because you want us in your servitude. You're doing everything everything in your power to remain in our countries because you want us in your servitude, and you'll never stop raping and murdering and plundering. You will never disarm yourselves. You will always be arming yourselves and buying more weapons every year to kill more black people, to make more black men suffer. The black man is the most endangered man on the planet, Wendy. You know it's a fact. You know it's a fact, Wendy. And like I said, what's going to happen is karma comes around. When the karma gets you, Wendy, I hope you got the same energy. Keep that same energy, baby.
I will. And let me just tell you, no one's keeping you here. You're allowed to leave at any point you want. All the airports are open, you know. You can go at any time. Only you're not getting millions to take with you.
We'll be very afraid because that's the reason we're staying. The reason we're staying is because we'll pay you back in kind. The reason we're not leaving and the reason more of us will keep coming is because we will be paying you back in kind. Either you listen and you learn, or we will be paying you back in kind. This is what I'm saying to you, Wendy. The ones who listen and learn, the ones who listen and learn, the ones who listen and learn, we will accept them as the ones who listen and learn, we will accept them as our brothers and sisters. You see people like you, Wendy. You see people like you, Wendy, who push this white supremacy agenda, yeah? What's going to happen is you're going to be paying back in kind, and even your own so-called white people, the lower classes, they're going to rise up against you.
So all you've heard is him call white people hateful. You know, the black people are going to rise up. Yeah, I'm the racist.
And you will be paid back.
I don't think so.
The Celtics, whose history you stole and pushed out to Scotland, pushed out to Ireland, pushed out to Wales. All of these people will be repaying you in kind. So remember what you did, not just to us, to your own people. And when it comes back to you, remember William Wallace is an idea, and I am Malcolm X. William Wallace lives next door. He's up the road. We're everywhere. We're all around. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Look, like, you need to calm down, and you need to understand, right, that I'm white and I'm English, and nobody's going to bother me, right?
And you're privileged. That's why
I belong. I belong to a powerful
You remain calm because you're privileged. You remain calm. You shut your mouth because you're privileged. You shut your mouth. You're privileged.
You never take that away from me.
Stop talking. You're privileged. So I tell you what, Wendy, because you're privileged, shut up. Stop talking. Stop sharing your opinions. We don't care for your opinions. You're privileged. Go back to your cups of tea and your silver spoon. Go back to your silver spoon. Go back to your silver spoon. Go back to your silver spoon and your silver cutlery and your privileged lifestyle. And just know that
you can hear the hatred, can't you, in his voice? I mean, I'm calm all the time. This is not one of these where I'm shouting. I just remain very calm all the time because I was absolutely, how can I put it? I was trying to get used to Schiffer. I'd never come across anyone like Schiffer before, ever. He was like a new brand, right? A new brand to me. So I was trying to work out what he was saying, and basically I didn't quite understand him and why he had such hatred, but I wasn't going to sit there and allow him to get away with it. Not a chance.
William Wallace will be fighting with us. Just know that there is many of us who are ready for you. And these, when you see these topics, this is great for us. All you're doing is showing us just how racist you are, and you're making people hate you.
Your performance is great for our movement because
isn't it just
remove people like you.
Isn't it? Yeah.
You don't deserve to live with people like Wendy.
No.
You don't have a movement. You are privileged. Privileged people don't have a movement. Privileged people are the 5%ers, and you sit there and think the rest of the world is going to take your bullshit forever. They're not going to take your bullshit forever. Wendy, let me say something. We built your country.
Be on the deportation list.
Your country belongs to me. The country belongs to me. Everything you own belongs to me and my people. And the Celtics, and all the rest of the people that you raped, murdered, and stole their history. So I tell you what, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making sure I influence all of my Irish brothers, all of my Scottish brothers, all of my Welsh brothers, and all of my ethnic people around the world. Let's take back what's ours, and let's make sure that Wendy knows that she said she don't care. She don't care. She likes seeing us suffer. You enjoying this, right?
I never said that.
I disagree politically, but can you understand why we're gaining such rapid grounds around Europe, listening to people like this? Can you understand why?
Terry, one thing I wanted to say is I hope you appreciate the irony of saying to Wendy, shut up you privileged person.
I do appreciate the irony of it, because I have now, you see in this day and age, we have the right to free speech. So you can't tell us not to talk anymore.
Yeah,
Back in the day, you could have called the police, they would have come and put a whip to my back, but no longer, Wendy. No longer. You no longer have that privilege. You have all your privileges. Slowly but surely, you will lose all of those privileges. And one day, when that whip finds your back, Wendy, when that whip finds your back, it might be your granddaughter's back. And when your tears are in your eyes, I'm going to look you in your eyes. I'm going to say, Wendy, remember, you want
post-colonial revenge narrative.
Oh, so
that's right, revenge, baby. Revenge, baby.
Me, a black man. See, he should never have said that. Right. He should never have mentioned my granddaughter, and he should never have mentioned whips. Right. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to whip my granddaughter.
All my black people,
telling me.
Tell us more how you're going to whip the.
Oh, it's there.
Something happened. Okay, Witness wanted to say something. Witness?
No, I just guess that every year when the British have a war remembrance and they remember the dead and they remember the war, I guess they're playing the victim and they should stop talking about it and they should stop celebrating it every year.
Well, no, because we like to remember our war.
Exactly. The rules are different for.
But we don't come on panels and we don't go on about hundreds.
What are you doing now? You're on the panel now. So what do you mean you don't come on?
So, guys, Witness decided to open his mouth and say, "Well, we shouldn't be having our Remembrance Day. Apparently, that makes us victims." You just heard him. Yeah, Witness say that. So who would agree with that? I mean, personally, I think the Remembrance Day is a good day. It's to remember all people who've died in wars. But I've noticed that these individuals, yeah, exactly, Dave, we do. We remember all the dead. But I think that these people see that Remembrance Day as some sort of insult to them. Unbelievable as it sounds, yeah. It's like an insult to them, our Remembrance Day, when actually, I've said this before, I get sick of saying, if you look around the cenotaph in London, there's people from all countries representing their country, yeah, who representing the people who died in all wars, yeah, laying wreaths. So I don't get where they're coming from with this dislike of our Remembrance Day. If they don't like it, they know where to go. Yeah. If they don't like Remembrance Day, I don't know, go to a country where there isn't one. Just leave, because it'll always be here and it's not going anywhere. No. Well, all the time, all you do is go on.
You're
about
on a panel now, so what do you mean you don't come on panel?
You brought up Remembrance Day.
You said that black people are constantly talking about the past. Yet every year you celebrate the past and you constantly talk about the past in your various wars. But that's okay for you to do it.
Our heritage.
Okay, yeah, it's okay for you to do it. It's okay for you to do it. But then you tell black people, don't talk about the past, but then every year you celebrate and talk about your past. So you can do what you want and the rest of
you belong to the English. It does not belong to
always hypocrisy. Don't
they all died in the wars too. Yeah, black people died in the wars.
I witness. It's all right for them to take everything from us here, but it's not all right for us to take it back. And this is the narrative of white people. This is the narrative of racist white people. It's not right for them to take everything from us, but it's not right for us to take it back. Wendy, you best wish that you best keep praying that I'm wrong.
Look, I've got to understand.
She had the audacity to come on here and say that black people should stop talking about the past. Black people celebrate every year the past.
It's going to win the black.
About it. They want people to wear poppy.
Hey, Preston, because we know you're Preston, Witness. Have you forgot when you called Jedi a COINTELPRO or what? Yeah? Remember when you wrote it in the chat? That's Jedi, I forgot about that, because I noticed he let you on his panel a few times. Yeah. But up till then, he wasn't very happy with you, was he? You called him a COINTELPRO, because that's where I got the idea from, was from you, Witness. Yeah, that's what you did. Freak. How dare you sit there rambling on about our Remembrance Day? This is what divides you, because you refuse. People like these, yeah, they refuse to even, they are so full of hate for white people, yeah, that they just hate us. And they think they can say what they like to a white person and get away with it without anything being thrown back at them. And what you're about to hear is me throwing back at them, right? So, yeah, unfortunately.
They have their whole aristocracy marching on the street, constantly talking about their past, but she has the audacity to then tell black people to start talking about our.
But they have the audacity to think they have equal roles, equal rights.
I don't care. I don't care.
In England. Why the hypocrisy, the audacity is they have the equal rights to an English person in
Absolutely,
England.
yeah, whatever. The liars. They say, don't talk
They're
about
not equal in England. This idea of their head.
all the time.
I just
They're
want,
idiots.
I
They're
just
idiots.
want to
He's
say,
proclaimed that
What were
my
you saying?
granddaughter is going to get whipped by.
Yo,
you know,
Witness,
a
wait till they
black
finish.
man.
Witness, wait till they finish, because you know what they're trying to do? They're trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
block the
gonna
message.
have to
And
protect
everyone's
them,
getting the
because
message. And you see
obviously-
Wendy's so scared right now.
Obviously, you know,
She
a
is so
black
scared
man
right
is
now.
going to whip
Wendy,
the
you
back
should
of
be
my
afraid.
granddaughter.
Wendy,
know
you
what
should
I
be
mean?
afraid.
So,
Yes, you're
well,
right. You're right.
told
Be
me.
afraid.
Okay,
Be
that's
afraid.
fine.
Be afraid. Be afraid.
Okay.
Be afraid.
That'll
Be
be the
afraid.
day.
Be afraid.
That'll
Be
be the
afraid.
day.
Be
Gary,
afraid.
according
Be
to
afraid.
them, right? According to them, black people are not entitled to anything. So that means if the white
Now, it's important that you, the guys that are listening now, that you try to listen very carefully to what Schiffer is actually saying, right? Because then you might understand what I'm about to come out with, yeah? And I'm not going to change my mind on it, because Schiffer, yeah, I reacted, and as far as I'm concerned, Schiffer asked for everything he got, right? Of course, it turned me into another racist. I'm so many racists, it's unbelievable. But yeah, it's important you listen to the abuse that Schiffer does, that I've already put up with, I don't know, for let's see now, 35 minutes of abuse from Schiffer, and now with Witness, you know, aka Preston, aka you think Jedi is COINTELPRO, and that's why I think Jedi is COINTELPRO. Isn't that right, Witness, if you're around listening somewhere? Yeah.
white people get kicked out of Australia and South Africa, they're not entitled to anything either. Will
Good
they
luck with
agree to that? No, they won't.
It's not gonna happen, is it? It's
Well,
not
this
gonna
is great
happen.
Abo uprising.
It will happen.
Cry
It will
me,
happen.
cry me, and really
It
go.
will happen.
I'm sure this Australian army is scared as shit
Oh, yeah,
of
you're right.
Abo.
Black people are always talking about your past, but then you always celebrate your past in Remembrance Days every year.
but
Pure
Witness,
hypocrisy.
but Witness,
So what
the
about the
church doesn't
black
understand
people
the
who
meaning of
were remembered
hypocrisy.
too?
Oh, yeah.
What about the black people who were remembered? What about the black people who were remembered? Don't they
No, no.
count?
no, but hold
Hey,
on.
Wendy, did any of your relatives fight in the war?
Wendy
Take
comes
a
from
fifth on
a
that, yeah.
military family. But one thing I want to say,
I'm asking Wendy a question. Hold on. Wendy, did any of your relatives fight in any of the world wars?
It's not a court of law, and I don't have.
I'm
to
asking you a question. It's not a call. I'm asking you a question. I'm saying, did
Not
any of your
answering it.
relatives fight in the war?
Not answering
All right.
you.
Well, if they
Move on.
did, listen, Wendy, if they did, I'm glad they're dead.
To hear that,
But Wendy, you know,
I think Jedi is COINTELPRO. Isn't that right, Witness, if you're around listening somewhere? Yeah.
White people get kicked out of Australia and South Africa, they're not entitled to anything either. Will
Good
they
luck with
agree to that? No, they won't.
It's not gonna happen, is it? It's
well,
not
this
gonna
is great
happen.
Abo uprising.
It will happen.
Cry
It will
me,
happen.
cry me, and really
It
go.
will happen.
I'm sure the Australian army is scared as shit
Oh, yeah,
of
you're right.
Abo.
Black people are always talking about your past, but then you always celebrate your past in Remembrance Days every year.
but
Pure
Witness,
hypocrisy.
but Witness,
So what
the
about the
church doesn't
black
understand
people
the
who
meaning
were
of
remembered
hypocrisy.
too? What about the black people who were remembered? What about the black people who were remembered? Don't they
No, no.
count?
no, but hold on.
Wendy, did any of your relatives fight in the war?
Wendy comes from a military family. But one thing I want to say,
I'm asking Wendy a question. Hold on, Wendy, did any of your relatives fight in any of the world wars?
It's not a court of law, and I don't have.
I'm asking you a question. It's not a call. I'm asking you a question. I'm saying, did any of your relatives fight in the war?
Not answering.
All right. Well, if they did, listen, Wendy, if they did, I'm glad they're dead.
Wendy, you know, listening to this idiot recite.
What about the black people who remember? Don't they count?
No, but hold on.
Wendy, did any of your relatives fight in the war?
Wendy comes from a military family. But one thing I want to say,
I'm asking Wendy a question. Hold on, Wendy, did any of your relatives fight in any of the world wars?
It's not a court of law, and I don't have.
I'm asking you a question. It's not a call. I'm asking you a question. I'm saying, did any of your relatives fight in the war?
Not answering.
All right. Well, if they listen, Wendy, if they did, I'm glad they're dead.
Wendy, you know, listening to this idiot recite. You know, if I came as a guest to your house, how dare I say, based on the law, I want to
glad that my ancestors fought in wars. These are the racists, but they don't see it.
They're racist against white people.
Yeah, they're nasty. They're ungrateful. They're so ungrateful.
We're not ungrateful. You're ungrateful because you've taken everything and you can't. You're still not happy. Still not happy. Still not happy.
I would say that black people are not entitled to reparations, yet they paid the white slave owners reparations, but they don't have a problem with that. This is another bit of
your ancestors.
Yes, I am. You're entitled to a slap, love. You're entitled to 2 slaps and a gunshot.
That's me and my granddaughter now.
Gunshot for you and your granddaughter. Gunshot for your whole family. Gunshot for your whole family. Every last one of them. Gunshot for your whole family. Fire for your whole family. Hellfire for your whole family. That's what you're entitled to. You're entitled to hellfire. You're entitled to the nuclear and national. The meek shall inherit the earth. Go into your Bible. You're entitled to hellfire. Go into your Bible. Go into your white people's Bible. Go into your Catholic Bible. You're entitled to the weeping and the national team. The meek shall inherit the earth. Wendy, the Pope is coming for you. The Pope's words are coming for you. The weeping and gnashing of teeth. See your granddaughter. She's gonna cry. She's gonna cry when she burns. She's gonna cry when she burns, and I'm gonna be laughing. You know why? Wendy said it's okay. I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna let her know. Grandma Wendy said it's okay. Don't worry, darling. It's okay for you to die. It's okay for you to be murdered. Because Auntie Wendy thinks it's okay. Murder's okay. She thinks it's okay. Wendy, back up.
Slave ship your ancestor was in didn't sink and kill a lot of. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to
thank you, Wendy. Thank you for expressing your racist views.
No, at this point, I want to stop it because he just said, well, in the last 5 minutes, he said, black men are going to get my granddaughter and whip her. He's glad all my ancestors died in wars. I need a slap. So I come out with what you just heard, and I'm the racist. Well, I'm fucking sick of this. Yeah. You're all shit, a lot of you. The only 2 decent people on that, well, 3, but she wasn't talking, but Banksy and Ralph, yeah? These 2 individuals here, witness, and somebody I now refer to as Toby, yeah? You're sick individuals. And let me just say, if we want to have a Remembrance Day, to remember all the people who fought in the wars, and which includes black people, by the way. Yeah. That's up to us. And if you choose to ignore it, well, that's up to you. Yeah. But we don't tend to go over 500 years of history, right, to make a point like you people do. And if someone is going to attack me, yeah, and threaten violence to my family, well, I'm going to come out with some things you're not going to like.
Witness. One thing you said.
When these talents are wasted on the center ground.
Witness. You said that the British have a Remembrance Day, which is once a year. It's only once a year. Don't we have Black History Month or something? At least I know they have that in America for a whole month, where you can discuss the plights of the black people. So if everybody does it just once a year, you have the Black History Month. you have Remembrance Day, and then everybody shuts the fuck up the rest of the year. Would that be fair?
So, well, exactly, that's what's happening now. But we're being told,
they can't have
you were being told that we're always doing it, that we're always talking about the past. So they don't like the fact that even Black History Month exists. That's the problem. So you mentioned it, but they don't like it. That they consider that too much to be done. That's why people like Ralph will complain. Ralph will complain and say that
dude,
that
you got a black guy with no shirt making guns fine.
The UK, but then at the same time, you push a white ethno-racist policy in South Africa and Australia. This is the hypocrisy of Ralph.
This is great optics.
He looks like he's straight off the wall, doesn't it?
That's the problem here. We're dealing with hypocrisy and lies. Pure hypocrisy.
The black guy with the shirt off making gun signs, he wants to slaughter this guy's daughter. That's what happened. You regress to the mean. You go back to the law of the jungle, man. That's why you look at the guy. Fucking equality.
Hey, Ralph,
don't say you talk exposing his racism. He's getting say some more, Ralph.
I don't need to say anything.
What about this other guy's
This guy wants to slaughter his girlfriend. He's making gun shots. He can't even wear a shirt. You can see what I mean. I don't have to do anything, bro. You tell me he's equal to everyone else in England, You just keep telling us that. Look at him.
He's
Look at what he says, and we're just winning this war because all we have to do is listen to people like him. And you can go on about must slavery, but we just have to.
Hey Wendy, you're right. You know, we're barbarians. You know what? We're animals.
I hope my great
Black people are three-fifths of a human being. Listen, black people are three-fifths of a human being, according to you and your murderers. Just remember.
I really hope my great grandfather whipped you in the field.
I know he did. I know he did. I know he did. I know he did. Because I am my grandfather. I am my great-great-grandfather.
I'm glad you admitted to that history, Wendy. You now know your ancestors.
I don't care. After what
you don't care.
I don't care.
It took a while, but you finally admitted to it.
You see, this is what I don't get, right? I come out with things like that, which are not very nice, but I've put up now with 42 minutes, right, of them going on about white people. And if I had any relatives in the war, I think he was talking about the Second World War, he's glad that they're dead. But when I say similar things, I'm the racist, but they're not. This is what I can't comprehend, okay? This is what I don't get. They can say the most evil things, but you say them back to them, and that's racism. No. I don't remember mentioning colour. No, didn't mention colour. I mentioned events in history, just like they did. But that turns me into a racist. So it's very strange, very strange. You hate it when you get a reaction to your own racism.
I know, you've admitted. I'm grateful you finally admitted to the evils of your ancestors' history from what you said.
But obviously it wasn't black men in the fields, was it? If the story of slavery is real.
It's too late, Wendy. You've already admitted to it. You can't do what you've done. It's over, Wendy.
You know, I really hope, it's a shame that you who's smiling,
Oh, but Wendy, there's nothing you said.
All I can see is his teeth. I don't see his teeth.
But Wendy, there's nothing you said compares to what he's doing.
Well, you can see eyes and teeth. Eyes and teeth. My face is too black to see, man. Come on, man. Black and proud, baby. Well, I'm not black, actually, but I'm dark and proud. I'll tell you that much.
No, you're clearly blonde, mate.
Eyes and teeth, baby. Eyes and teeth.
I'm just glad these don't represent the majority of black people,
Well, there's actually the problem is that the progressive.
Well, Wendy, you'll be surprised to know that my great grandfather is what you would call quote unquote white, and he agrees with this. He's the one who taught us this. He's the one who taught us the white man are evil.
Clearly come from white lineage, man.
Got another racist slur there, another racist. You guys are really revealing yourselves today on Really Show.
No, because racism is only in your head. We don't give a shit about racism.
Oh, I'm glad you say more
about racism.
You don't care.
We don't value it.
I know you don't.
We don't get lost about racism, man.
I'm glad when you finally admit to stuff.
No, we don't care about racism. That's your idea. We don't hold ourselves to that. Like, you don't hold yourself to things like truth and responsibility. We don't care about words like racism. Right? So we don't
I go by what William Wallace said. I go by what William Wallace said. I'll go by what William Wallace said. We'll die on our feet before we bow to you. We will die on our feet before you put us on our knees.
William Wallace is dead, yeah?
That's right. We'll die on our feet before we bow on our knees to you.
Yeah, well, I've got my granddaughter. I'm going to keep an eye out for a black man with white teeth and big eyes. Like
the truth. I'm glad there are over 115 people listening to you, Ralph, and listening to you, Wendy. Both finally shown your veneer is broken, the facade is gone. You're letting it out. I'm glad.
I did. You see, earlier on, Banks did what he was drawing me out. But what I was really trying to do is draw them out, because that's what you have to do. Let them think you're ignorant, and then the bell comes up. That's when the bell comes up, and they feel like they're winning. They feel like they're winning, but really, you're just exposing yourself.
Yeah, you're such a winner, right? The African
the name, Toby.
Winning,
The
right?
name,
Really
Toby.
winning. The black
You can call me Toby if you like. You can call me Toby. You can call me
now
Toby.
you're calling me Toby.
Call me Toby.
Wendy, you just can't help yourself tonight, can you?
Call me Toby.
And there it is, guys. Toby, Kunta Kinte. And you've all heard some of the reasons why I used it and who I used it towards. And it was towards Schiffer. I've always said it, but I didn't realize I had this little stream, well, this little recording. I forgot I even had it, to be honest. And I even forgot that in a bit, you know, the great Jedi comes back on and says, it's disgusting people running around, in his words, calling man Toby. Well, what about what your brethren, as you call them, have just been coming out with? What, is that not disgusting? Or is that fine because I'm white and other people are white? It's just fine for you lot to say what you like to white people.
Call me Toby. Call me Toby, please. I like Toby. I like
you.
You
got to be whipped a few times before you'd actually say that.
You can whip me too, but I whip you back, bitch. I whip you back,
like
bitch.
You're going to whip my granddaughter,
I whip your granddaughter too, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I whip you back.
It's all coming
like
out
I said,
tonight.
it's a shame that your ship didn't sink.
It's all
it is
coming
a shame
out
that
tonight.
It's a shame that we are not still in slavery.
Wow.
It is a shame, isn't it, Wendy?
No,
you want a black person to whip, don't you?
What are you talking about?
Black person
your mind is completely owned by the white man. What are you talking about? You live in a white man's house, you use white man's things, you're speaking a white man language on the white man internet. Everything you do is white. You're a slave to white culture. Wake up.
It is a shame you cannot beat us. It is a shame you cannot.
You're already beaten.
Living in a white house.
It is a shame you cannot force me into your field anymore.
You're already beaten, sunshine. Yeah. Insisting on reparations means you're beating. Yeah. Because you insist on reparations, you're already beaten. You're beaten. Yeah.
I guess every other year, when Britain consistently asks for an apology from the Japanese, the British are playing the victim. Huh? I guess that's what they're doing.
Now, this fucking witness, right? He's a little bastard. He really is. Oh yeah. When you're wanting an apology from the Japanese, actually, the only people that have asked for an apology from the Japanese used to be, not anymore because they're all dead, used to be the soldiers that fought the Japanese in the Second World War and witnessed, and some of them had to go through the absolute horrendous things that the Japanese did to millions of soldiers, right? American soldiers, British soldiers, Italian soldiers, Canadian soldiers, soldiers from India, soldiers from the Caribbean. But Witness is so thick. Witness is so stupid. He doesn't realize, that his very own people were probably chopped up, and threw on some fire in the middle of nowhere by those people. Now, they are the people, the soldiers of yesterday are the ones that used to insist that every year that they wanted an apology, because all of the Geneva Conventions, all the rules of war, all the rules of engagement were broken by the Japanese all the time, just broken, right? And you must remember that it was the Japanese that invented the suicide pilot, the kamikaze, right? They're the ones that invented that. Let's remember that as well. So yeah, you take the piss out of the old soldiers that used to stand. I remember us seeing them and seeing them march. Yeah. And if you took the time and you actually spoke to these guys, yeah, not one of them would be able to talk about what happened in those Philippine islands and everything where they fought with the Japanese without tears in their eyes. And it's not nice listening to a 84-year-old man, you know, on about that. There was a hospital and all the wounded were in the hospital, and the Japanese took this hospital, and instead of helping the wounded that were lying in beds, they shot each and every patient over and over and over and over, dead. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that our soldiers had to witness, and yet asking for an apology, what was it wrong? No, it wasn't wrong. And unlike you, witness, I took the time, you know, when I was younger, 21, 22, and I'd see these guys. I never used to walk past them and think, I can't be bothered with them. Now I used to take the time to sit and listen to their stories, to sit and listen to their harrowing stories of what they had to go through whilst fighting the Japanese. But you and people like you're so fucking ignorant, you're clueless, yeah? Because you've never been in the theatre of war. You wouldn't have a fucking clue. All you can do is sit and moan and whinge because you can't have the millions of pounds you fucking want.
Every time. I love Wendy,
Witness,
man.
shut up, yeah, because you're clueless
Hey, Wendy,
about
we love you.
Japanese.
I will say
Oh,
this.
really? You're still trying to take the moral high ground after saying Toby Kunta Kinte and saying he should be whipped.
Why not? Why not? Hang on. I say Toby, he's doing gunshot. Look at him with his gunshot, yeah? He says that black men are going to whip my granddaughter.
Pure regression to the mean
No,
law.
not just that, man. William Wallace too, the Irishman will take your granddaughter. The Irishman will take your granddaughter and cut her head off. The Irishman. You think the Irish don't play, you know, they'll bomb your clock, they will drop a nail bomb on you. The Irish will drop a nail bomb on you. Don't forget what the IRA did. The IRA don't play, you know. You like to talk about terrorism, yeah? But remember, you got them right next door and they don't play. They're coming to you.
Yeah, but the IRA.
I've got many Irish relatives. I've got many Irish relatives. You think they like you? You think the Irish like you? You think they like you? You think they like you? They prefer Toby. They prefer Toby. They don't like you. One thing, how many scholars?
Now, when Mr. Sunak made his speech about he's going to stop people hating on Britain, I want to take it back to the Irish bit, right? Because he's not alone, you know. He's not alone. And I'm going to do a whole stream connecting all these individuals with their thought processes and what they think is right. Yeah. But he's not alone in what he just said about the Irish. No.
Not just that, man. William Wallace too, the Irishman will take your granddaughter. The Irishman will take your granddaughter and cut her head off. The Irishman. You think the Irish don't play, you know, they'll bomb your clock, they will drop a nail bomb on you. The Irish will drop a nail bomb on you. Don't forget what the IRA did. The IRA don't play, you know. You like to talk about terrorism, yeah? But remember, you got them right next door and they don't play. They're coming to you.
Yeah, but the IRA.
I've got many Irish relatives. I've got many Irish relatives. You think they like you? You think the Irish like you? You think they like you? You think they like you?
Yeah, Shiver's got many Irish relatives apparently, you know, and they're all going to come out and get me too. But I find it amazing that these people, if you start connecting the dots, they all support the IRA. They all support Hamas. They support any terrorist group around the world. All of them. And I will prove it in a stream because I've got little clips, and they are little clips. But when you put them together, it shows each and every one of them have the same thought process about the IRA, about Hamas, about Gaddafi, about Saddam Hussein, about the Taliban, any terrorist group you can think of. These people support, okay? And I will prove that. That's not just talk. I fully intend to prove it. But another thing is that when he speaks about the IRA, it's like he thinks he's immune. Well, I've been going through some footage of what the IRA did, and many Black people, Arab people, Indian people, Pakistani people were hurt, were blown up in those attacks. So why would they support a terrorist group like the IRA? Why do they support terrorist groups like Hamas? There is a connection to all of it, right? I'm not going to say what it is now. And they all have that same connection, each and every one of them. So they can keep playing what they think is evidence against me, right? But what it has done, and it's made me do now, is to go right back and find every comment that each and every one of them ever made about terrorist groups and what they wish upon this country. This stream here is more or less me just putting together everything I've ever said so you can hear it in context. But the brutality of what they actually think and what they actually want for this country is not what you think it is. You need to wake up now, right? Because Khan said it the other night, and I think it was Danny who caught the clip. Khan said, you know, the IRA, who we all apparently love and respect. And it was that clip that Danny caught that reminded me, and then when I was talking to somebody offline, reminded me of all the other times when I've caught them out with the way they think. And I think a few of you are going to be a bit surprised at what different people have said at different times about terrorists who bomb this country, who murder people in this country. As long as it doesn't directly affect them, they think it's fine. Veli's there, right? Veli's in that lot. Lady Divine, 9 Ether, they're all in that lot as well. Well, there's too many people for me to mention at the moment. But I want you to understand that once people start thinking like that, it never changes. So when you're over there and you're listening to their bullshit, you got to keep in your mind that really they don't care. They don't care what happens to you if you happen to be white. They don't care what happens to you if you happen to be Chinese. They don't care. You know, well, it's your own fault. They don't care what happens to you if you're anything other than what they are. That is the pure truth, and I will prove it. And they started this, you've got to remember, by going back years to stuff I said, right? Putting it all together. I want to thank the person who did it, because if it wasn't for the person who did it, I wouldn't then be spending hours researching my favorite subject, right? Which is Northern Ireland and the IRA, right? And that's what I've been doing. They make me sick to my fucking stomach because they're clueless. They're clueless about the amount of people who were murdered by the IRA. Their own people, by the way. They're clueless about what went on in Northern Ireland. They're clueless about the amount of people that died in this country by the actions of the IRA. Yet they will sit there and just randomly throw that out because that's the way they think. Anyone that they think can harm us, right? White indigenous people of this country, or just decent working people that happen to be on a tube, that happen to be on a bus, well, that's all right. They were blown up. That's fine because, well, hey, it was crisis actors. Yeah. And they firmly support terrorist groups. In fact, I do believe that the 77 Brigade do have a way to contact them. And with the evidence I'm gathering, and I've had all the time on my computer, I might just send it to them because it's very damning. It's so damning. It's unbelievable. These people literally say nothing. In fact, they support it. They laugh at it. I've got a clip of Maku, I think it's Maku, who's literally laughing the day that 2 young people were murdered. I think it was in the fishmongers market near Westminster Bridge that day. And then they managed to get the terrorist and they shot him. I've got a clip of Maku and some others laughing. They think it's funny. Oh, that was all staged. That was this, that was that. They didn't die. Well, actually, the 2 young, that was a man and a young girl, they did die. Yeah, they did. But yeah, that's the evidence I've got. And it's the evidence I'm going to show. So, Veli, you keep playing what you think is brilliant, right? Because when I come out with this evidence, no one's going to look at you the same. No one. And no one's going to look at Nine Ether, Lady Divine, Schiffer, or any of the others the same. Raspect even. I mean, Raspect said at one point that if he knew that somebody was a terrorist, he'd hide them in his backyard in a shed. Yeah. He would hide them in his backyard in a shed. Well, what does that tell you? But don't take my word for it, right? Just wait for the stream to come. Because these clips are scattered over many years, but it proves, undoubtedly, it proves where their minds are, who they're against, and what they support. And they support any terrorist group that goes against this country and the people in this country. So while you're over there supporting them, yeah, while you're over there going, oh, yeah, oh, Wendy the racist, just remember what you're supporting, the way they think, their mindset. I'm not going to forget it. Not a chance.
No, I love it. You said you were laughing, but who's laughing now?
But you in it.
Who has the last laugh?
Not you. Not you.
Who has the last laugh?
I'm still white in English. You're still black and stupid. Yeah.
Black and stupid. Oh my gosh.
It's so uncomfortable.
You can't help yourself tonight, can't you?
Look, get this. One thing I wanted to say is, like, every time I think I'm saying something.
But you see, that's not racist. He is black and he's stupid. I'm white and I'm English. It seems to me, if you use the word black in any context at all, it's racism of some sort. No, he's black and he's stupid. He's proved it in this conversation. But no, it's racism for some reason. And yet it wasn't racism when he said to me, did you have any relatives fighting in World War I or World War II? And I refused to answer him. Well, if you did, I'm glad they're dead. You know, you make your own minds up. You just make your own minds up. But I want you to understand the people you're supporting, the people you constantly go over to and sit and listen to their bullshit lies about people.
You know, a bit edgy and a bit sort of out there. Ralph comes out and goes, "Okay, hold my beer." And it's like, holy shit. This is, I have to admit.
Look at that picture right now. Look at the fucking camera, right? Look at that. I don't have to do anything.
You want me to get a stick and shake it for you? You want me to get a stick and shake it for you?
And I can you just can't.
I do the rain dance. I do the rain dance.
Kembe now. So it's Kunta and Kembe. More racism from the parents. You can't help yourself, can you?
Depending.
Don't call me Kunta Kente, call me Django. Call me the Django. Call me the Django.
No, you're not
the
good
Django,
enough,
baby.
Django. No,
the Django, baby. The Django. Gunshot to your pussy club. The Django. The Django. Gunshot to your pussy wall. The Django. Gunshot to your pussy wall. Gunshot for pussy wall, like you.
What's your name? Toby.
The Django.
Little Kunta Kinte.
The Django. The Django.
Oh, but still, you could even be Chicken George, couldn't you?
Wendy, you're not speaking to Don Dikembe Mutombo with the appropriate level.
The Django. The Django. My sister is Harriet Tubman. We're coming for you.
You couldn't even come if you tried, bro.
You think so? You think so? I tell you what. Show me your girlfriend. I bet you I'll do it better than you.
You know the funny thing about
you can say what you want, yeah. I'm still white, I'm still English, and you're still speaking black.
Black men, Ralph's wife. So it's funny that he keeps on talking the way he does. Your wife obviously has some kind of an affinity for black men. She keeps on taking pictures of them in her profession. Why is that, Ralph?
Why are you talking to his wife? Why are you talking to his wife?
But you want some black men, bitch.
And they're not as good as people as black as her, that's why.
She seems to have a fetish for taking pictures of black men. That's pretty
she takes pictures of
actually, that explains why you're on this ethno-nationalist thing. You're jealous and angry of your wife.
That's what you're thinking. Thinking with the door off your body, isn't it?
Now, I'm always taking pictures of black men. That explains
like your other theories, another bullshit.
Another black student.
I actually thought you were serious politically, but it's just jealousy.
Thanks for psychology 101. They've already tried that shit before.
Yeah, psychology, exactly.
Pretty bad about what you were experiencing from your wife.
There's another photograph. It's on your
keep quiet now so you can start out more race. Let's hear the races and go for it.
No, I'm just
Kissy on the what? Kissy, the woman, Kissy, yeah.
No, the woman, I can tell. That looks like a fucking Buddha now. What the fuck is that?
That's a Buddha.
That is the proper. That's the Thai Buddha.
Well, you shouldn't have that in your house.
That is the Thai Buddha.
Let Wendy and Ralph keep saying their stuff. I just want people to hear it.
This is like, as I said, every time I think I'm being edgy, Ralph comes out and goes, "Hold my beer," and he takes it to the other level.
I mean, I didn't come here to be edgy. I just came here to hopefully help.
No, neither did I. I didn't come here to say things were said to me, and I reacted. Yeah, and witness doesn't like it. Oh, well, get you.
This other boy, he just put out you, right?
Yeah,
he's not
exactly.
Anyway, morally or anyway, politically. So, but you know what, Wendy? I mean, I'll be bouncing soon, but this is why we keep winning. I know it sounds horrible.
So you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here.
Actually, just before Ralph leaves, I just want to say, Ralph, what was the issue with the Patriot Alternative not being registered as a political party?
Is it to the 5th time round? They don't like the icon right now because that's a tick box.
Hey, Ralph, you wish you was winning. You wish you
the
were
icon,
winning.
you know, everything has to go
right out today, boy. It draws me out
You've been
today.
shouting for days how all white people are evil, and yet you've got
Not
a
all-
family of white people.
All white people, not Caucasian people, not British people. If you're going by your nationality, not all
See what I mean? So you're
not
a
all
liar.
nationally
Yeah,
British,
you're
not
a
all
liar.
not all
Oh,
nationally
dear.
British people are racist, but
Oh,
all white
dear,
people.
you're a
If you
liar.
call yourself,
You're a
if you
liar.
call yourself white,
All right,
you're racist.
Toby. All right, Toby.
Wendy, he is.
Why do you
not
call him
saying-
Toby? Why do you call him Toby? Is his name Toby? Why are you calling him Toby, Wendy? Why are
Because
you
he
calling
said
him-
he'd whip my
No, why
granddaughter.
are you calling him Toby?
I don't know.
I can't. I will.
But
Yeah,
what
but
I
why?
will say is, what I will say is, he
Why
has
are you
been.
calling him Toby,
I
Wendy?
don't
Why
what
are
I
you calling him Toby, Wendy? Why are you quiet, Wendy? Why are you calling him Toby?
I just want to say one thing.
You know why, Whitney?
Why? Reveal. Why are you calling him Toby?
He said that black people were going to whip my granddaughters back. So
And
he's
white
going to
people
get
too.
whatever.
And Celtic people too. And Celtic people
But,
gonna
you
whip your
know,
daughters back too. They're gonna whip your
you know,
daughters, your
change-
granddaughters, your dads, your uncles, all of that. Listen, not just listen, not just black people, Celtic people. Celtic people gonna
You're
whip the shit
boring
out of
now.
you.
You're boring
Celtic
now.
people are gonna whip
Boring
the shit out
Boring.
of you.
Why did you
Yes,
call
the
him
Celtic people.
as well?
Yeah, one thing I want to say, Andy, when Terry was talking about, well, some allies, he was also talking about William Wallace, which clearly is a white Caucasian individual, Scottish.
Yes.
So he has a particular idea of what he considers, quote unquote, the white man.
He's
So
talking
William
about
Wallace
people
isn't
who
the
were
white
oppressed by
man.
the British.
Well done, Banksy.
That's why he mentioned
Well
William
done,
Wallace.
Banksy.
He's talking about the
Well done,
Scots
Banksy.
oppressed by the English and the British.
Yeah,
he's
so
that's
that's
right.
that's what I mean. So he's talking
The
about
English and the
the
British.
oppressed rather than the oppressed.
Yo, Banksy, Banksy, let me tell you something, yeah? I don't just stand up for my dark-skinned brothers. I stand up for my Indian brothers. Like I said, they call Winston Churchill a hero. You see what? If I
He
didn't
is.
stand up for my Asian brothers, then I'd probably say the same thing. But I
He
do
is a
stand up for my
hero.
Asian
He is
brothers.
a hero.
And let me show you something.
He is a hero.
Murdering 7 million Indian people to save 3 million white people is not making you a hero, mate.
Nothing to do with me, but
That
Winston
makes you
Churchill
Hitler.
was a
That
great
makes
man.
him worse than
Sorry.
Hitler, actually. Makes him worse
Oh.
than Hitler.
Would you like to
Worse
live
than
under
Hitler.
Hitler's rule?
Worse-
Would you like
Yes.
to live under
Yes.
Hitler's rule?
Yes.
Well, you know where you'd be
Yes.
at this
Bring
moment.
him back.
You know where you'd
Bring
be.
him back. Yes, bring
You'd
him
be
back.
in the oven
Bring him
with
back.
the Jews.
Bring
You'd
him
go
back.
in the oven with
Bring
the
him
Jews.
back. Bring back Hitler.
Yeah.
Bring back Hitler.
Do you
Bring
really
him
think-
back.
do you really
Bring
think-
him.
And bring back Hitler. Bring back Hitler. You know, the likes of Schiffer fail to realise that they would have been treated just like the Jews, along with the gypsies, the homosexuals, and everyone else. Yet there he sits. Bring back Hitler. I mean, really?
Bring him
Hitler
back.
liked you
Bring him back.
people.
But
Hitler
save the
liked
Jews. Save the Jews, but bring back Hitler. Save the
you
Jews,
think
but bring back
Hitler
Hitler.
liked you
Bring him back.
people? Do you think
Bring
Hitler
him back.
liked you?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He said you stole the jewelry of God. He called black people the jewelry of God. He called black people the jewelry of God. He called them.
No, he made a rule. He took away the black people's right to go to schools, to go to university, to have passports, to be able to work. He took away their rights to own dogs, for God's sake. And when it was time to herd everyone into the ghettos, guess who got herded into there with the Jews? Black people. So where Schiffer gets his information from, I really don't know. But this is how sad they are. They look at Hitler as some sort of hero. Again, not surprising. Not surprising, considering Hitler was against Britain, wasn't it? You know, Hitler was at war with Britain. So it really, again, it just proves my point that anyone, it doesn't matter who it is, if they're against Britain, they will support them.
Black people in America is the jewelry of God, bitch. The jewelry. We are valuable, baby.
Yeah, that's
Valuable.
why
Look
you
at these lips.
That's why you used to shoot black prisoners
Nope.
of war. in the
Nope.
head.
Nope.
Oh,
I've been to
yes,
Germany. Never. I've been to Germany. I've been to Germany. Do you know what? I've only
Oh,
suffered
right. Well, you
racism in
were a medal.
England. I've
You
been
were
to
a medal for
Germany.
being
I've
in
only
Germany.
suffered racism in England. I never suffered no racism in Germany.
Hang on, we're talking about Hitler.
Ooh.
I'm going to bother. He says he's been to Germany, hasn't suffered any racism. Well, that's fair enough if that's true. I don't believe it for a second. But he was talking about the days of Hitler. And yet he wants to move on to today. I don't understand. Well, it just proves that, you know, when I say he's thick, he is thick. He's thick and he's stupid.
Hey, Wendy, I've got you today. Come on, man. I just know you're beaten, innit? Ralph was cheated already. He's gone.
I'm not beaten.
You're more than beaten. You're whipped, beaten, bruised, battered. I don't have to physically chastise you.
Enter the bully.
Yeah. I hope Respect comes back to deal with you as well. I hope.
Well, I'm more worried about my granddaughter getting whipped by black men. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. William Wallace is coming for her.
You understand? If you want to champion Churchill, you can't be angry with an Irish person who wants to champion Jerry Adams.
You understand?
Well, actually, did you hear that? If you want to champion Churchill, you can't be angry with an Irish person who wants to champion Jerry Adams. Huh? How can you equate the two? How can you put Jerry Adams in the same stature as Winston Churchill? What kind of sick mind does that, Preston? Huh? I'm not.
Okay, good. So when Scots champion William Wallace and what he did to the English, you can't complain then.
They can all champion who they like. They won't beat the English. Yeah.
And when we come back for you and we just destroy you, you know why you're in the position you're in.
You've told me enough what you're going to do to me and my family.
Not me personally, you know. Not me personally.
No, well, no, you and other black people. You told me all
Not me and all black people. No, me and all the oppressed people around the world. All of our children, all of them are all going to rise up against you. And when your daughter finds a whip, when your daughter, your granddaughter, your relatives in the future find a whip at their back, remember, you ordained it. You like this. You like it.
Yeah.
You like the war. You enjoy it. You're a savage. You're a real savage.
Right,
you call me the savage, but you're the real savage.
Okay, Toby.
Lily Savage. Lily Savage.
Fine with me. Oh, and the IRA. We've got to worry about that too, haven't I?
Why do you keep calling him Toby? You haven't told me yet, Wendy. Why do you keep calling him
I'll
Toby?
say what I want and I don't have to answer to you.
So why are you on the panel then, Will?
Well, I was on the panel before you.
Yeah, well, actually, no, you weren't. I was actually on the panel.
You came on looking
and then
for
you came on.
Stick up for this idiot,
So,
right?
I was actually on before you. So
you won't condone. You want to condone what he said then? Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to condone you and Ralph.
Are you condoning this whole calling a man Toby, and Kunta Kinte, and Chicken George, and all these references?
Yeah, I will. I will. He threatens violence towards me and my family.
He threatens violence from giving it back to racism.
So?
Some lines have been crossed here, people.
That's a bad line, yeah.
You want to others as you have done.
So I've been threatened with me and my family have been threatened with whips. Going to get shot. I'm glad that this is before I've said anything. If I had relatives fighting in the Second World War, he's glad they're dead. Threatened with the IRA because they don't mess about, you know. They put a nail bomb out or whatever. Like I need to be told that. And then again, constantly threatened with the IRA. Then for some reason, Jedi come on and was more upset about the word Toby. This is what I don't compute. This is what I don't understand. They can say all of that. And because I call him Toby, they're up in arms, you know, racist. Well, what does it make them? Okay, they want to call me racist. They look at me as a racist. They think I'm a racist. Good. That's fine. I know I'm not. But they are no longer going to be able to say, by the time I've finished, right, to say that they do not support terrorist groups and terrorists themselves. That they do not laugh when a bomb goes off in this country. They are not going to be able to deny what they say. because I've got it all. Because they've said it publicly. And I don't know whether people were like, I don't know, in another universe when they said it, but nothing was that they were never picked up on it. It was fine to say, you know, oh no, those two young people, you know, that real handsome young lad of only 22 and the really beautiful young lady of 21, I think she was, they weren't killed in the fishmongers market on Westminster Bridge. No, that was crisis actors. Oh, they've shot the terrorists that killed the two young people. Now, that's not fair. How dare they do that? That is the kind of attitude they've got. So it doesn't matter about the two young people, but God forbid that the police shot the terrorists that murdered the young people. Because they're all for terrorists, all of them. Each and every one of them. Oh, what day is it? It's Thursday, isn't it? So by tomorrow afternoon, I'll have it all put together and I'm just going to play it all. With the explanation, of course. With the explanation of where it comes from, why they're thinking like that, and what they wish upon ordinary individuals in this country. And not only am I going to be talking about what they think about the IRA and how wonderful they think the IRA are, what they think about Hamas, what they think about ISIS, what they think about Hezbollah, what they think about Saddam Hussein, what they think about every single terrorist attack in this country. And then, you know, you lot can all still go over there and support the terrorist supporting, loving individuals that they are. You need to stop trying and live your life. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
And what have you turned up for, Captain fucking Chicken George? What have you turned up for? Yeah,
the racism mask is slipped.
Fucking
and I can see you
Captain
as a
Chicken
beast
George,
that you are.
right?
You live by the song.
You are a vile beast.
Yeah.
A vile beast. A racist vile beast.
I haven't threatened violence to no one. He has.
You have. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Don't lie. Yes, you have. You and your family. You and your family. You and your family.
No.
You and your family. You and your family. Pay us back.
Sorry, Chicken George, not today.
Pay us back.
Can
You
I?
don't have anything. Look at you, you're barbaric.
We haven't mentioned watermelons once, though. So can we get the whole?
Well, yeah, exactly. We
the
have
whole stereotype out of the way. The whole fucking.
Hilarious.
This is
You
terrible.
can mention some banana boats as well, Phil. Like,
no. I just wish your slave delivered sound.
I just like to say I disavow. Okay, this is a fucking terrible conversation.
It was all right.
You have to be careful because you were captured online saying some disgusting things about what you'd like to do to a cartoon of a kid. So
here we go. That happened, didn't it, Banks?
I stand by my words, and my words were legal in 2010, and they are still legal in the United States and many other countries. I stand by my
Banksy. Banksy, let me say something. I stand by my words, Banksy. Do you know why? Because I said to you guys, I gave you the choice. I said, balance out the scales of power and pay back some of what you owe, or would you prefer for it to turn into war and for your daughter and your granddaughter to find the whip at their back? Wendy said she preferred not to balance the scales, so that's not my fault.
No, you didn't say it like that. I'm
yes,
sorry,
I did.
Toby, but you didn't. You made it personal.
Everybody knew. I never did.
See, the blatant lies and the stream is that, the stream that it wasn't even over. But already, Schiffer's decided he's going to be normal and try and twist it into something that it wasn't. He came out and he started attacking me purely because I was white. And I didn't know what the hell I was dealing with. So I dealt with it the only way I knew how to. And still, they cry about it today. But they say nothing about what Schiffer said or what Preston said about our Remembrance Day. Because I'm going to call it our Remembrance Day, right? Because these people they couldn't care less about it. They couldn't care less about their ancestors that fought and died in the Second World War. They look at it like it's nothing to do with them. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't compute it. Fucking half-wits, all of them. You know, if one of them had a fucking brain put together, they'd be fucking dangerous. Do you know that? Just one of them. If you've had 10 of them in a row and you could make a functioning human brain out of all of them, they would be fucking dangerous. But happily, they haven't. None of them have. So, rid of that. And the next one is going to be old Lady Divine lying her fucking head off, yeah. Again, on Vellies. It always happens on Vellies, doesn't it? It's weird. Yeah.
We would though. You're the kind of people who get offended over
the hate in the voice. You hear the hate? Oh, man. What's the hate? Just the hate that comes out of their voice. Allow it, man. We're not trying to get man. We're not taking no risks. That's all. Reward them. Just to be safe. Safe. Sorry, innit? That's all. You get it?
Where's this guy joking, fam? What's wrong with this guy, man?
What is wrong with you, Reggie?
Yo, Velly, yo, kick him out, man. Yo, Velly, kick him out now, man.
Are you trying to strike the stream? Yo, Reggie. Yo, Reggie, what is you doing, bro? Who's that?
Reggie, take time, bro. Take time, innit? Take time.
Bro,
go. Guys, seriously, a Kafir can't be playing Muslim prayers. They might strike the stream.
Doesn't even play the Bible, man. Play the Bible, man. Why you start to the Quran, fam?
Why is it Muslims don't come on here playing the Bible?
Don't play anything. Don't play anything.
Don't play any music. It's YouTube,
don't
bro.
Play anything.
The new YouTube
just
regulation.
Stream, bro. Like, don't play anything.
Do you want lots of Muslims to go play lots of songs?
Don't play anything, man.
Yeah. Oi, rude boy, shut up.
Trust me.
Reggie, man, play your Bible, man. Why?
They go to hell.
Why you so? Why do you want to play the Quran, fam? So
I play
your Bible, fam.
I play the Surah on my channel. Yeah, I play the Surah on my channel. Yeah, and I got a warning. I got a strike for it. So it's automatic. The algorithm will detect it. Yeah. It was on my own channel, so you know it's not even like man's joking or did it or it hasn't happened, man. I had to peel them. I had to peel my own as well. Yeah, I got my accident, so don't do that.
Jupiter and Reggie wants us to play some Vanilla Ice or something. Ice, baby. You know them kind of things.
Even that. Copyright claim. Yeah, mine would just get a copyright claim. Like, yo, hey guys, I got to bounce my fucking birthday today, man. I'm out of here. Man, keep the deen up. Don't let the Islamophobes win.
Yo, man, what's wrong with this guy, bro? Yo, Velly. Are you listening to what he's doing, bro? Velly, listen to what this guy's doing.
You're weird. Big beard.
Yo, blast the Bible now, man. Someone bring out the Bible, fam.
Yo, I know that. What's wrong with Reggie, bro? Reggie, chill out, man. I know that your husband might be Igbo, he might be Wolof, but he doesn't have a wife to cook him beans and jollof.
Cheese, boss.
You know about that verse, man. What you know about that verse?
Boss.
Matthew, we're coming live Freestyle Friday.
You know? Stay up. You get me? We're gonna do that. Definitely.
Let's heighten the IQ up a bit, though, man. Let's heighten the IQ up a bit.
Yeah, the IQ level is a bit low, man. Yeah.
Have you seen how the views goes up when it's ignorant shit?
I know.
Yeah, crazy, man. As soon as you start getting intellectual, they start going up.
Well, man.
Let's talk about Christianity so that the views go down.
Boring.
Yeah, man.
Oh, an excuse.
I wanted to ask Walter a question because he made an interesting thing earlier on about Muslims have to evolve, the Islam has to evolve and stuff like that, and the way that Christianity has evolved, yeah? So, obviously, excluding the last couple of 100 years, but...
Swam all the way from Somalia, he's gone all the way past Saudi Arabia to come to the European Western law.
You know why?
Over his more Sharia.
You know why?
Reggie,
let him explain what they're supposed to do.
Let me answer. I just want to know Reggie first. Let me answer Reggie first. Yeah. Reggie,
be civilized, man. You better be civilized. Be civilized. Civilized woman. Be civilized.
Let me finish. Yo, Reggie. When you talk about people swimming and taking the piss out of migrants fleeing certain countries and coming on boats and actually having to be drowned, yeah, if you want to use that as a point of to attack me,
no, you
finish though. Why is he so triggered?
You minded. Oh,
Jupiter, why are you so triggered? I don't understand why you're so triggered. Like,
you know what I'm triggered about.
I promise I'll let you finish. Jupiter, I promise I'll let you finish.
No promises of a blasphemer.
This girl, man. Listen, whenever you want to finish, I'll mute up, I'll be quiet. Give me the same courtesy, please. Yeah? So what you're doing, if you want a point score and trying to mock me because of people swimming in shores, trying to escape from poverty or war-torn countries that ironically the West has done on them, yeah? But what I wanted to answer to Reggie, yeah? The reason why I'm over here in UK or people are over here in Europe or whatever, these countries are the countries that colonized us in the first place. Somalians did not come with their navy or military or F-16s or drones to Britain. We've come here seeking a better life. When they come to our countries, they come there with F-16s, drones, tanks, and all sorts, yeah? And now we're in neo-colonialism by the British. The irony is, British forces are in Somalia right now under the guise of neo-colonialism, and you want to ask me why I'm coming over here?
What does that have to do with it?
Can I respond? Hold on, can I respond?
You're welcome, man. Just shut up, man.
Can I respond? Firstly, Lincolnus, I wasn't speaking about all immigrants. I was speaking about yourself and your reason for coming here, because you're the one who was advocating for Sharia. Now, Somalia is just across the sea, directly across the sea from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is swimming in money. They could easily, and they're the closest thing to Sharia you're probably going to find. But you've decided to swim all this way to come into the western part of the world. That means that you put materialism over your own faith. That's just telling. You know what I'm saying? Now, you really need to make a decision whether you want to follow God's law and reap the 72 virgins or whatever they promised.
Okay. Now,
what's the swimming thing, though? What's the swimming thing? Why can't man get on a plane? What's going on, Reggie? Oh, well, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Okay, plane. Which, if it makes it feel better.
Why don't you go back to Nigeria, fam? Why here?
The funny thing is, Reggie is happy being under those prison bars. He's really happy and content with being in those prison bars of Western colonial, secular, liberal, whatever. He's very happy with that. But you have to understand, Reggie, what you have to understand.
Otherwise, you want to be here. You got an option. You got plenty of your brothers in Somalia that are in prison camps, etc. Some are doing all right, actually. But yeah, you got an option. Saudi Arabia is swimming in money. They're running.
So I got the option of going. I got the option of going. So I got the option of going to another country called Saudi Arabia, which is also propped up by UK and America. Is that what you're telling me?
They're propped up by
puppies, man. They're puppies of America.
Listen, just slightly. We're supposed to be discussing else. You're arguing amongst yourselves.
It's a mad thing. It's Reggie throwing slurs though. Like, what's going on?
I've been listening.
Man ran away from Nigeria. He came to the UK and
unless you're living in the desert, you know the Americans
ran away from Nigeria. You don't want to go back to Nigeria.
You guys know you don't get along, and you're still arguing each other like fucking children. Listen, we all know everyone hates Jupiter. Jupiter hates everyone. All right, fine. Move on.
Ultra. No, we're going way past that. Trust me.
Reggie, we know you don't like Islam, Reg. We know you don't like Islam. Guys, we know it when you hate people being on. It's not cool. Let's move on and talk about G-Block L's now. Come on.
We're having a conversation. Like, why are you trying to impose yourself?
You're not having a conversation. You're just insulting each other. It's going nowhere. This is pointless.
You're insulting, man. You are insulting, man.
Yeah, it's pointless.
That's not the real way to have a conversation.
You just want it to be.
Thank you, Maku. It's like Maku's the only person in here with fucking sense right now.
Ultra. He's trying to show off to
Ultra, we have not allowed any else regime
take the bait. You get me?
You guys never had one, right?
You answered him properly.
Ultra.
I would have roasted Reggie.
Guys.
Why did you run away from Nigeria, fam?
Chill.
Ultra, be honest.
At the end of the day.
Go back to Nigeria, man. Go back to Nigeria.
It's showing your ego now. It's your ego now. Is why we can't go forward. How many conversations have I had with Nicola? Yeah, and there's been no insults. What is happening?
Ultra,
you man are adults.
Ultra, be honest. Ultra, be honest.
Reggie's smoking Bible papers, man.
Ultra, be honest.
What did you say was smoking Bible papers?
Hey, Nicholas, I can hear you saying my name. But there's too many people speaking over you, bro. I can't hear.
You're irrelevant. Let me say something to Ultra. 1 second, yeah. Ultra, be honest now, yeah. So since I've been talking to Reggie or whatever, yeah. Have you heard me insult Reggie, prophet or Bible or Christianity? Have you seen me mock? Be honest now.
Be honest. Can I be honest? Ultra's come onto the panel.
He's putting on tunes, he's putting on verses.
But the thing is, Reggie, the thing is, right? Your behavior, I'm not gonna lie, Reggie. Your behavior is not befitting of somebody that claims to be an adult. Like Reggie, at the end of the day, we know you don't like Islam. We get it, bro. But like, it's none of it's constructive. Like, we get it, bro. We get it, Reggie. Please understand that. I do, bro. I understand where you're coming from. But explain to me how playing stupid Quran verses and Arabic music is doing anything. Nothing.
Take your break, come back.
Never have I been on.
No, I've got to drive.
Never have I been on.
Listen, you man was supposed to. I thought you man was gonna be fucking like licking your lips.
You know what else I've noticed about these people? They're always driving when they're having these big arguments, or they're always smoking that stuff whilst driving. Unbelievable, is it? When you think about it, I mean. A car is to be respected. Because why have you got to respect a car now? You've got to respect a car because in the wrong hands, cars kill. Okay? And it never fails to baffle me when people are having arguments whilst they're driving, constantly driving, or they park up and they get out a spliff and they start smoking it. They finish it and then they carry on driving. It just baffles the hell out of me because whilst he or she may think that they're doing okay, you know, what does it say about the innocent little motorist that's doing everything right, that's driving down the road and they're heading near somebody that's arguing on the internet while smoking drugs. And then there's an accident and the little innocent people that are just, you know, following the highway code, doing everything they should, die. And the drug smoking idiot that's arguing on the internet walks away from said accident because that's the irony of these things, isn't it? That's what happens. So as you lot say in your language, I see you, I know which ones are guilty of doing said things like that. You know, oh yeah, I'm just rolling a spliff. Oh, let's have a complete conversation about the best drugs. Yeah, about the best drugs to smoke. Yeah, let's have a conversation about that. and then I'll get in the car and I'll start driving whilst I'm smoking said drugs. And then I'll have an argument on the internet whilst I'm meant to be driving. And I'm not really taking my, obviously my concentration is not really on what I'm doing. Yeah. I haven't got, these people make me sick to my stomach. They really do.
Oh, G-Block, you're taking so much else though, man. You like taking too many else, man. You like go, man.
Nothing.
Yeah, listen, man.
Nothing.
Open your ears.
Not a thing.
Open it.
Ralph is an idiot.
All right.
Deserve a response.
Whatever, man.
I know.
D-Block is taking a big L.
Ralph is your people, though, man. He's Walter's people and Reggie's people. He's Christian, fam. You feel me? So we ain't claiming.
Hang on, M-Stack. So why can't you answer what I just said?
Oh, not this.
Why are you going on about Christian?
Come on. It's Christian, fam. It might be.
Christian. He's out for the fold. He tells too many lies.
Oh, see,
he's out the fold.
Oh, you're saying he's out the fold of Christianity, yeah?
He's making
I can feel right there.
Yeah, Ralph is not a Christian.
Yeah,
Ralph's not a Christian.
Yeah, he is.
He can't tell you anything. No, he's not. No, he's not a Christian. If you ask him for any scriptures, this is true, Mako. If you ask him for any scriptures from the Bible, and even you are well versed on that, he doesn't know any. He doesn't know any.
No, but don't G-Block has taken a big L. The fact that they're heavily reliant on fierce to be able to
Yeah. That's a big L. That is a big L. That's a huge one. We just come here and we just slap man about. Yeah, it's
about
waffle. Bro.
You don't slap Ralph about. You say nothing to Ralph.
He's a fierce.
You say absolutely nothing to Ralph.
Because he's a fierce.
Imagine a man like Natty Dread, and Old Champ conversation. It can't even last for 1 hour. They'll have to shut the show down after an hour.
Listen, we can't.
Now, when I first came across Ralph, it was, I think it might have even been on the same day of when that Christchurch thing happened in New Zealand, and all those innocent people were slaughtered in the mosque. I don't know if you all remember that. And Ralph appeared on a stream. I can't remember whose stream it was. Like making, shotgun signs and all the rest of it, and calling it target practice. That's what he called it. I told him that day that I didn't like him. I told him I didn't agree with what he was saying and that he was wrong. But he always said it. He never said anything different. And yet no one on Veli's panel ever bothered to say anything to him about it. They just left him. He'd arrive on the panel and say, "How's life on the plantation today?" And they'd all giggle or laugh like the fucking idiots that they are. And to me, I couldn't comprehend why they were laughing at a terrorist attack in New Zealand and why they were laughing when he was saying, "How's life on the plantation today?" It's one rule for somebody like Ralph and another rule for somebody like me.
I'm a cult killer, bro. Your cult's been killed off on here, bro. You're just mocking it yourself. We're not even mocking your religion. You're mocking it yourself, rude boy.
You're mocking it.
That is a top killer, though. Man cry on the panel and man run after the police on the.
Go back 1,000 years, but what was said last year doesn't matter. Is that it?
It's not Winston Churchill, man.
I'm saying pull the video, and you'll see that most of us wasn't on the panel. So.
Yeah, and all this. I want to ask the Muslims something.
Rotted, you're not even on the panel. How are you trying to blame us, man? What's wrong with you?
Yeah?
You're not even on the panel a year ago.
Together, you protect each other. Well, it was less than a year ago that Ralph said he was going to shoot Rashma in the head. Now he's grooming her. Now he's asking her and he's using her vulnerability for things he shouldn't be asking her.
Oh, he's your people, man. He's Christian, man. Stop chronic wrestling, man.
No, he's not Christian,
What are you trying to come to us for? What's wrong with you, man? Take it out, man. Hold it, man.
No, you take your L. You take your L.
The guy's Christian and then he's trying to come to us, man.
People being slaughtered in Christchurch. You take your L for laughing at the people being.
No one's laughing here,
slaughtered
man. Are
in
you deluded, man?
Christchurch.
No one's laughing, man.
You're too scared to
Shut up, man.
say anything to Ralph. That's it.
So why don't you say
Scared of Ralph?
Yeah.
Why don't you say something to Jupiter when she was laughing about Shamima Begum's children dying?
Okay.
Right, do you remember when Ralph was talking about
I
Esha?
should laugh over Shamima Begum's children dying.
It's your brother, Reggie, man. It's your brother.
He's done
Stop
it.
lying. I would never laugh over
Campaign for
I was on the panel, Jupiter.
Child benefits.
Can't even answer a simple question about Ralph. You're pathetic. You little boys. You can't even answer it.
Let me answer it then.
I got one question. Are you on Tramadol or Samadhi?
Let me answer it first, yeah? Wendy, number one, this is the first I've heard of it, yeah? Number one, thanks for telling me, and this is the first I've heard of it. Number two, please pull up that clip, and when you see Ralph on next, I'm going to put it on him, if that is true what you're saying.
I will find it. I'll find it again. I'm trying to think. I think it was on Raspect's show, to be honest.
Do you remember the one about Aisha when he was
Listen, who was laughing though? Yo, was it Wendy? Who was laughing? Point out the names.
Called him out for it.
Who was laughing when he was mocking the Christchurch attack? Who was laughing?
Yeah, he was.
A lot of people. Who was laughing? Who said
when he said, I can't
names?
Ralph was laughing. Not one person was laughing. Apart
you said we were laughing with him. You said we were laughing with him, right?
Okay, Jupiter.
What's wrong with this woman, man?
This is your speculation until you bring the video, man.
Jupiter, when I see you and Wendy Wu reform and turn back from the racism, then I will give you a
entertain anything.
You might even entertain it. I might.
You don't know what racism is, mate.
For real.
Okay, do you want to?
See, I don't understand what racism has been spoken, because all I'm saying is why do they never pull up Ralph about what he said about Christchurch? I'll never ever forget what he said about that, right? And yet he was never questioned on it, and these lot still ramble on about hurty words, right? When I've always been provoked. And you know, another person, I mean, obviously they like to provoke, is Jupiter. And she, like me, has moved on, but unfortunately for some reason they've decided to bring up the past and put it all together as though one day I woke up and I just went live and decided to say all those things without being provoked. Now, if you don't like hearing stuff like that, right, don't fucking provoke me. That's what I'm going to say to you lot, right? To the vellies of this fucking world, to the Nine Ethers, to the Lady Divines. Because Nine Ether, I haven't forgot, and I'm not going to forget, and I'm not going to leave it, what you said, right? No, I'm not going to leave it. Or you, Divine, yeah? No, you two are the most hateful women I've ever come across when it comes to white people. So much so that mixed race people, right, you can't bear them, can you? You can't stand the sight of them. And I don't get it. You're evil beyond comprehension. You really are evil individuals. Why you feel that way about mixed race people, only you two will ever be able to say, I guess. But when you say things like that publicly to Buddha, court refer to him as a byproduct, right? It just makes you think what you would say privately about mixed race people, you know? I wonder really what you would say privately. Oh, shit. Oh, gonna have to end this one.
Do you want to debate the racism?
That's fine. You know, times are going on.